Hello folks and welcome back. Look at all these lovely patrons. They voted for this last month. Foo Fighters These Days. We are in standard tuning. This is the Balm Wingman, which you'll have seen in a few videos. Lovely guitar. Excellent value for money. Do check them out. You're going to need a clean tone. Courtesy of the Morgan MVP 66, which is what I use for everything. And then you're going to need, I would say, an overdriven tone rather than a distorted tone. I'm using the 91, but you can see from the settings, very low setting on the both gain, right? So going into the chorus part. So let's crack on with the first riff, shall we? Now the main verse part isn't too tricky once you get it, but give yourself a break if it doesn't come straight away, because the picking pattern's a little unusual. You've got the second finger on the 12th fret and your first finger on the 11th fret on the D, and in between, the A string needs to ring open, okay? So you're playing this pattern twice. So you go A string, E string, D string, E string, okay? And then you repeat. The pattern stays the same, but here you add your third finger to the 12th fret on the A, and this first finger comes off, and you play the same pattern. Like that. So it's fairly simple, but I just think when you start playing it, you'll want to play, you know, a more sort of conventional picking pattern, okay? So this one starts really with an upstroke as well, right? Like that. So just play it around until you get it comfy, because you need to play it 20 times, right? Now there are some dynamics coming up, so you know, if you were playing Chris's parts, you could come in with a little bit of distortion or a little bit of affected tone just for the first bar. So you'd have, you get that effect going on, right? So you play that 20 times and then you go into this part, which is going to be C to G, D to A, but played with this pattern. You go back to the C, and then when you get to the G, you play into the chorus. All right, let's play that whole thing around slowly. We have 3, 4. So let's stop there. Note, on the last 8th note, I'm taking my fingers off, right? So you play. So that's an open D. You don't go back to the G. Gives you a bit of time to get to the G. There, you go back to the open D. But there you've got time to move your finger up to the 5th fret on the A. Again. So right into the other part. Three, 4, 1, and then into the next part, okay? Then put your overdrive on, and you're going to do this for the chorus. 2, 3, 4, 1. round again, okay? So you play it around twice. That was one time round. So you're going A to E minor. Put your third finger on that third fret on the B there. So D. And you go to a C. And then D with A in the bass. And you'll note Dave is strumming away here, right? So for the first, the third and the fourth, keep your thumb just over the top of the string of that E string to just mute it, right? Because then you can go for it, right? 3, 4, 1. And that's the rhythm pattern. There's obviously a rest for the first one, but it's down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, you know, etc. Right? It's the same pattern all the way through. You just have a missing downstroke for the first chord. So 1. Now, I usually tab these, I've forgotten here, but on the change of each chord, you're essentially going to be playing just open strings, because you'll go 1. With that upstroke as you change. Again. Like that. Do that twice, and then you go into this kind of post-chorus part where you have you've got that going on, right? I think Dave's playing something like some weird chord like that. I think the other guitars are playing. Let me turn the overdrive off. You can play this a couple of different ways. So you'd either have, or I would use the root and mute that A string. And you're going to play 8th notes, 7 8th notes, and then a down up at the end, a little flourish. Like that. Or whichever way you want to do it, right? Then you go back into this. For verse 2, you then repeat the bridge, chorus and the post-chorus, so all of that stuff you just done after you do 8 times of the verse. And coming out of that post-chorus part, you then go back into go back into that part, right? But this time you're going to be strumming it, so it's C to G, D with A in the bass, to A, right? And you're going to play it 3 times and then a variance on the 4th. It also changes just before the beat this time, so you're going to play like that. Down, 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 up, down, change, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then you repeat that again for the next 2 chords. 4th time though, gets cut short because you go and then overdrive off and it goes back into etc. You do that for a further 6 times and then you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and then into the chorus again, okay? So that would be 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and into the chorus again, okay? So that's the transition. You know this already, it's the chorus, same thing again. Chris's stuff there actually, because he plays a bit in the outro as well. He's playing something like this. 2, 3, 4, 1. Something along those lines, if you care. I'll show you that quickly. So it's 1. Because you'll hear that. Then he goes something like this. Let me clean that up. So you can either play or here, and that G string is muted there by my first finger. You could play on the 14th fret there, or as I've tabbed. And it goes to this like C extension. Here I think he just plays like a G5 shape, so that's muted, but with the root on the D. Like that, so that's good fun. Back to the outro part. Does this. Anyway, back to the outro part. You have this 3 times. And then the 4th time you play 7 and then change. And there's a little solo-y part over the top with some unison bends. So we have you're bending up the 7th fret, a full step, playing the 5th fret 2, and then keep it held and keep strumming, but do it, you know, that type of thing, up to the 10th fret, and then this time you do 7 and then change down 2 frets, and that, folks, is it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon.